You know, it's fascinating. Almost every ancient civilization on Earth, from Mesopotamia to ancient Greece, tells a story about a massive, world-ending flood. But here's a thought. What if the real story isn't the flood itself, but what happened before it?
Yeah, what if these ancient texts weren't just describing a flood, but a whole world that was ruled by giants? A world that got so out of hand, so corrupt, that the only solution was to, well, wash it all away.
So what's going on here? Is this just, a coincidence, a common myth that just happens to pop up everywhere? Or is there something more to it? To figure that out, we've got to dive into what these ancient texts actually say. Okay, so our investigation starts in a familiar place, but with a really bizarre passage. It's this short, super strange couple of verses tucked away right before the famous story of Noah's Ark. And honestly, it's been puzzling scholars for literally centuries. Right? I mean, this just drops a bombshell and then moves on. It leaves you with so many questions, like, who are these Nephilim? And what does it even mean, sons of God? And why call their kids heroes of old? The text just presents this absolutely wild scenario, and then, poof, it's on to the next thing.
All right, let's break this down. That first word, Nephilim. The name itself is a huge clue. It comes from this Hebrew root word, naphal, which means to fall. So we're not just talking about giants here. The name literally means the fallen ones. That immediately suggests they fell from, somewhere higher.
And what about their dads, these sons of God? Now, when we hear that today, we might immediately think of angels. But back then, to the original audience, that phrase meant something different. It referred to members of a divine council, sort of lesser heavenly beings who served the Most High God. So this isn't just a story about angels misbehaving, it's about a serious transgression, a crossing of the line between the divine realm and the human one. So that little snippet in Genesis, turns out that's just the tip of the iceberg. It's like the trailer. Other ancient Jewish texts, like the Book of Enoch and the Book of Giants, they give you the full story, the dramatic backstory that Genesis just hints at.
So here's how the story goes in those other books. You've got this group of divine beings, they're called the Watchers. They come down to Earth, they take human wives, and their children are this hybrid race, the giants. But it gets worse. These giants and their fathers start teaching humanity all this forbidden knowledge, and the world just descends into violence and chaos. In this version of the story, the Great Flood isn't just about human sin anymore. It's the divine response to this huge cosmic rebellion.
And look, when these texts say giants, they are not messing around. The Book of Enoch claims they were 300 cubits tall. That's, about 450 feet? Can you even imagine? We're talking about beings on a truly monstrous scale, literally towering over the entire landscape.
But the problem wasn't just